Scott, let's look at the first lightweight fight of the night. A 4-rounder, Kevin Walsh and Carlos Galindo. Galindo has fought about 20 times so far. Kevin Walsh comes in absolutely fired up. He sold over 100 tickets to family and friends that have all made the hour-and-a-half drive. Now, that's a lot worse in Thanksgiving
on
traffic.
Thanksgiving Eve. It
took me about 2 hours to get here today from the South Shore of Massachusetts. An absolute sold-out crowd, an electric atmosphere. Kevin Walsh ready to go. He's got about 100 people in attendance to get behind him. What does that do for you as a fighter, Scott, when you've got so much crowd support in the room?
Well, it could do two things. It can make you feel really comfortable, but it could also make you really nervous because you feel a lot of the pressure of looking good in front of your people, but that's something that you do to yourself. But a guy like him, I don't think it's going to affect him much. I think he's going to be able to remain calm and do what he has to do.
He is sporting the flag of the United States, red, white, and blue on his trunks. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome back to the Castleton to Carlos Galindo. And his opponent, standing directly across the ring, fighting out of the red corner to my right. Tonight, he fights with a heavy heart in honor of his friends Greg Francis and Connor Donovan. He comes to us from the City of Champions, Brockton, Massachusetts, and sports an impressive record of 3 wins, 0 defeats, all 3 wins by way of knockout. King Kevin Walsh. 4 rounds, lightweights.
All right. Mike Wish stepping back into the commentary booth for this one. He's very familiar with Kevin Walsh, former baseball coach.
Kevin is the man. Extremely competitive, very smart.
Well, he fights out of the red corner wearing the white trunks with, I'll call it Irish trim, orange and green. Galindo wearing the red, white, and blue. Round 1 underway. Kevin Walsh has not made it out of the first round. He has knocked out all 3 opponents inside the first 3 minutes and looks to do so again against Carlos Galindo.
A lot of overhand.
Walsh gets a lot of power behind those punches, fighting with a heavy heart. A couple of deaths in the Brockton family circle.
I'd like to see Walsh get a little busier with his jab.
Walsh, of course, fighting out of the famous Capiello boxing gym on Main Street in the City of Champions.
Walsh needs to cut the ring off a little more, too. He's kind of just following Galindo around.
Yep. Oh, Galindo caught Walsh with a little jab to the chin. Walsh shakes it off, now gets Galindo down. Might have been a slip there.
Little slip.
But Walsh, Scott, really a guy that feeds off of that type. You get him down on the canvas once, he smells the blood, he goes right after it.
Yeah, it makes him more aggressive, as you can see.
Well, still sizing up Carlos Galindo. Catches Galindo with a hook. Galindo, when he goes charging in, puts his head down. That might be a little bit dangerous for him against a fighter like Walsh. Again, Mike Wish, Scott Sullivan, Mad Dog Matt Nelson bringing you this action. Boston Boxing Promotions on Combat Sports Now. Pleasure to be joining you from Windham, New Hampshire tonight.
Yep.
Oh, Walsh got a big hook to the ribs. Galindo gets the underhooks, backs off, takes a deep breath.
Walsh needs to
back in.
Walsh needs to turn that right hook into a right uppercut. See how he puts it? Galindo puts his head down every time.
Every time.
If he feints the right hand and comes to the right uppercut, it will be good night. Gets busy with the jab, feint it, come with a right uppercut.
Walsh leading with the jabs, chases Galindo to the far corner. Walsh Walsh dancing back and forth. Excellent movement. Of course, the lightweight likes to bounce back and forth, dance around a little bit.
Kevin's attacking.
Watch out, Kevin's got him in the
Here
corner.
he comes.
Galindo makes the wise decision of hooking in. 10 seconds to go, first round. Walsh gets a couple of hooks. They'll hook up as the bell sounds. Kevin Walsh, for the first time in his professional career, gets to the second round. What have you seen? How has Galindo been able to hold on?
Well, Galindo's a tough guy. I've seen him like 3 or 4 times now, and he seems cagey for a guy that, you know, doesn't always come out on top, but he knows how to survive a little bit.
Doesn't use his feet that much, though. Kevin's moving his feet all the time.
And Kevin could do better by cutting the ring off in this fight. Probably wouldn't have got out the first round, but he could just be, he's staying calm, which is a good thing.
Well, Kevin's 3 previous wins have come over Celio Castillo, Michael Taylor, and Henry Garcia. He has fought 3 times already this year, May 8th, July 30th, September 24th, all of which were here in Windham, New Hampshire. Of course, Walsh, the Brockton High School graduate of the greatest class of all time, let's be honest, 2011. Goes right to work in round 2. He didn't like hearing that bell, and Galindo is hurt. He's backpedaling hard to the left side ropes. Quickly hooks in, gets the break, takes a breath, and resets. Walsh right back to work. Walsh might be listening to us a little bit. Started to get the uppercut when Galindo puts his head down. Jab for Walsh. Galindo's doing a lot of running around. Not running away, but running around.
There he goes.
Yeah, there's a nice right hand by Walsh. He's starting to place him better now this round.
That's right.
Another break. Tom Clark says to Galindo, enough with the hugging. Oh, good dodge by Walsh. Walsh, very, very fast hands.
Oh!
Yeah, it was a
Gets-
nice one.
There it goes.
Nice one.
That was a great overhead right hook. That's it.
First knockdown of the fight. Galindo jumps up. Walsh ready to pounce. Another bomb of a hook, just missed. Galindo hooks in again.
Too much grabbing by Galindo.
Walsh connects again as Galindo hugs once again.
Put your punches together, Kev. Put your punches together.
Point deduction here for Galindo.
He is grabbing a little bit. Nice body shot.
Good job by referee Tom Clark. Well, Walsh takes Galindo into the corner. Ref Clark tried to break him, and they ended up bouncing across the ring and have a little conversation with Galindo.
Yeah, Galindo needs to calm down with the grabbing. See right there, Walsh, I wish he would have stepped to his right instead of following Galindo and letting Galindo get back to the middle of the ring.
Oh, another big hook by Walsh. And another one, mouthpiece out. The bell sounds, and Walsh will see round 3 for the first time in his career. What a night for him, 2 career firsts, seeing the second round and the third for the first time.
Maybe he wanted to know what it was like.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe.
we heard Peter Zimwart talking that he needs to get some rounds under him, stop finishing opponents in the first round. As entertaining as that is to see, Walsh has now doubled his career round total.
That's good for him,
by virtue
though.
of tonight.
It's good for him.
Lightweight division. Can't wait for 2022. Get your tickets now. I wouldn't even wait till the fights are announced. It's going to be an absolute ripper of a card on January 29th here at the Castleton Conference and Banquet Center in Windham, New Hampshire. BoxingNH.com for those. We thank you for joining us on Combat Sports now. Only on pay-per-view tonight. Walsh gets ready for round 3. We'll see if he's had enough of action tonight and wants to get home and start prepping some dishes for the big holiday tomorrow. Walsh with the first jab of round 3.
I'm surprised to see Galindo actually jabbing.
Galindo has, let's see, the
Nice
last
body shot.
5 fights that weren't pro debuts have been against undefeated opponents. That remains the case tonight.
Up, we got another point.
Yeah, another one. Galindo's hurting himself here. As much as he's doing what he needs to do to survive against the powerful puncher that is Kevin Walsh, he's getting himself in trouble with the officials.
Oh, he might get disqualified for this.
Hooks in again.
He's grabbing too much.
Ref Clark says stop holding. Walsh back to work again. Oh, he had an opportunity to get Galindo in the corner. Jab to the body. Galindo connects.
Nice left
with it
hook
over
by
the top.
Galindo.
Walsh dancing in the middle of the ring. Galindo trying to survive, has already been deducted 2 points.
These rounds for Walsh are good though. You know, he's getting experience right now. This is season and he's learning right now. This right here is more valuable than a first round knockout.
Galindo with a nice hook. Walsh ready to pounce as Galindo retreating towards the corner again. Walsh lets him out.
1, 2, count. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2.
Galindo another
1, 2,
couple of
1,
soft
2.
jabs. Walsh connects with a hook over the top. Now he's got Galindo.
Yep, right hook.
Oh, Galindo connects with a couple. And then Galindo, instead of pouncing, hooks in once again. We'll see if Walsh needed that little exchanges, some extra motivation. Connects with a jab there.
Good jab. Nice jab. See the
Galindo's
jabs?
hurt.
Oh, he might. The referee's not going to be happy.
Tom Clark, one of the best referees in the business, the Northeast region. Done an excellent job so far in tonight's action. 10 seconds to go, round 3, scheduled 4-rounder. Walsh connects with a couple over the top. He's hurt, and he goes down right at the bell. There's 1 second on the clock. Galindo says he's good to go. Cannot be saved by the belt. And now it sounds.
Believe it or not, Galindo actually had a better round.
Right up until the last 5 seconds.
Right up until that happened. He was doing a little better. But Kevin's just taking his time. He's learning right now. This is important for a young fighter to have a fight like this because every fight being a 1 minute knockout, you really don't learn much from that. Right now, he's going to school right now. He's learning how to deal with a guy that's going to be grabbing and holding and just making everything uncomfortable for him. He needs to learn how to deal with guys like that moving forward. I'm sure he's going to go home, watch this film, and say, oh, I should have did this, and I should have did this, and I should have did this. And the next time it happens, he'll be better for it.
He's using a lot of footwork, and he's smart with that. And that clutch and grab that you're talking about, that definitely helps a fighter like Kevin. You can't learn just from an easy knockout all the time.
Exactly.
Well, in addition to seeing the second and third rounds for the first time in his young career, Kevin Walsh will see the 4th and final scheduled round for the first time in his young career. Galindo and Walsh, 3 minutes on the clock to decide it. Definite advantage to Walsh so far. Galindo hooks in once again to start the round, and referee Clark is not happy, Scott. Walsh moves in, does not want the decision here. I was talking to him a little bit earlier and said he absolutely wants a stoppage. He's looking for it, the last minute opponent. Now trying to get Galindo into the corner, does.
There's
Walsh
the uppercut.
connects with the uppercut.
There's the uppercut.
Left, right.
I think Clark just said one more and you're getting the DQ, sir. Walsh doesn't want to win by disqualification. He wants the stoppage. He wants the knockout, the technical knockout. Chasing Galindo into the corner again. Galindo chases Kevin Walsh into the far side corner, connects with a couple of hooks.
Wow, that's
Another
unusual
point.
to see 3 points get taken. Usually that would be a disqualification.
And Galindo led that exchange. Well, certainly with the 3 points of deduction, if any judge is given any round to Galindo, that advantage is now gone. Oh, what a hook by Kevin Walsh. Galindo shakes it off, goes to the corner, hooks in once again. And that might be it.
This fight might get stopped.
No, they let it continue. Oh, Kevin gets him with a hook and Galindo's down. Kevin Walsh put the power behind that left hook, and Galindo goes down right in front of us. They'll continue. Walsh smelling blood, another hook, another one over the top, and Galindo goes down on the far side.
I'm surprised he's not stopping it.
The crowd alive. 2 knockdowns for Kevin Walsh here in round number 4. Doesn't want to go to the judges' scorecards. You can't blame him. Chasing Galindo to the near side corner. Galindo shakes it off.
Here's
now
the
Walsh
uppercut.
connecting, and Galindo's down once again. Will Clark say that it's...
Wow, I'm
Yeah,
surprised.
he didn't stop it. Didn't give him the TKO on the 3rd knockdown of the round. Galindo says, let's go for more. 10 seconds left. Walsh is going to come in swinging here. Galindo ties up. The last second hook over the top by Walsh. The first time Kevin Walsh will see the judges' scorecards. Not much of a question here, Mike.
I believe that last round was a clear decision. Last round, clear decision for Kevin.
We might have had a 10-4 round at some point in there.
At some point.
I mean, in the last round, did he take a point in the last round? And he dropped him 3 times in the last round.
He did, yeah.
So that's like a 10-5 or 10-4 round. I've never even seen that before.
A lot of firsts for Kevin Walsh tonight. We look forward to an absolutely stacked lightweight division here for Boston Boxing Promotions.
The last 2 minutes of that 4th round definitely sealed it for Kevin.
Absolutely. If there was any question remaining, there wasn't much with the 3 points of deductions, plus the knockdowns. I mean, there were knockdowns in rounds that weren't the 4th. A couple of 10-8s, maybe a 10-7 in there somewhere. And then that last round, Scott, as you alluded to, maybe a 10-4, 10-5.
Yeah, I got to think about it. I can't do the math right now in my head because I'm tired, but it's something. 3 knockdowns and a point. I mean, 2 knockdowns, 10-7. Yeah, so that's like a 10-5. 3 knockdowns would be 10-6, and then a point off. That's 10-5. I don't.
Well,
he won by 5 points in a 4-round fight in 1 round. 1 round could have sealed the decision.
here you see a phenomenal shot of the Capiellos, Rich and Mike. the co-owners of the world-famous Cap Yellow Boxing Gym in Brockton, Massachusetts. Walsh will improve to 4-0. Galindo will fall to 1-20. Walsh, as we look towards his potential next opponent in the absolutely stacked lightweight division. He's got Nick Molina and Danny Robles. Theoretically speaking, we've seen Molina and Robles before. Well, we've seen Molina and Robles multiple times before. Theoretically, Kevin Walsh, in my dream matchup, would fight one of those two guys. And we'll go to Peter Zimmer for the official announcement.
How about a round of applause for both fighters? After going all 4 rounds, judges John Matfis, Martha Tremblay, and Eddie Scunzio are in agreement. You winner by scores of 40-27, 3 times across the board, and still undefeated from the City of Champions,